We're going to rank the best office chairs for aesthetics at every major price point, but we're going to switch it up a little bit. Instead of picking one chair, we're going to pick three. Myself, Greg, and Robert are each going to pick a chair. We don't know what we picked. Let's jump into it. Robert, what do you think for under $300?
So in that $300 range, I am going with the Branch ergonomic chair. So this chair, it looks just more premium than that $300 price range, but it just has a nice gray kind of fog color, I believe they call it. Some of the problems are like the gray mesh doesn't perfectly match the arm pad gray, so you're not getting that perfectly matching cohesive chair. But for $300, I just can't find a better looking chair than this one.
I'm actually going to go with the IKEA Jarvfjallet right around that $300 mark. I know it's a little bit over, but this is kind of like a low-key Herman Miller COSM for me. It's dipped in white. It is available in black, but I don't think that one's quite it. I mean, this chair really looks good around that $300 price point if you like white.
For me, I'd go with the Laura Davidson Bowery chair. I think it was a really nice Sayl knockoff. Unfortunately, I don't think it's available right now. They're in this middle stage of trying to revamp it, so it should be out soon. If you do need something now, my pick would probably be the Jarvfjallet, but once the Bowery becomes available, that would be my pick for this price range for sure.
The next price is $500. Robert, what do you have here?
So I'm going to go with the Steelcase Series 1. So this chair is always kind of, when we have our big pool of chairs, it always kind of stands out as just a nice looking chair. Everything's really well thought through, put together. Series 1, it just looks like every part of the chair was kind of decided so that it fit together. So tons of combinations with this chair. It's not like a chair I would love to sit in all the time because it just doesn't fit me great, but I would love to have this sitting at my desk.
Series 1. Okay, I'm going to go in a little different direction. I'm going to go with the SIDIZ T50. Certainly not up to the build quality of something like the Series 1, but it is under $500. I think it's like $419. And for me, this is the best looking chair that you can find for under that $500 mark. I think the white frame is a really sleek look. We've got it paired with blue fabric, which I think looks really nice. And I think the headrest on it also is a good complement in terms of the overall looks of the chair. So that's what I would recommend if you're looking for looks alone.
Yeah, I think Ryan's right on with that side as T50. That's my pick too. It is right around $400 right now, $420. The white frame looks good, especially with that blue fabric that we picked. It has a nice contrast to it. I know casters typically aren't something that you're looking at to look nice, but I like the two-tone caster with the gray and the white on it. So really hard to go wrong with this one at around that price.
Jumping up in price a bit to $700, I'm going to pick the EUROTECH Elevate, specifically configured with the white frame, which also gives you the polished aluminum base. I think this is going to be one of the nicest looking chairs that you're going to find at this price range. Really clean lines, really sleek look. I like the chrome, I like the white combination. Unfortunately, you don't get a big color selection in terms of fabric, so you're going to get black or blue, but I do think the blue-white combination looks really nice, so that would be my go-to for under $700.
For me, with this one, I actually cheated a little bit. I went with the HAWORTH Very in a very specific combination, and it's typically $995. It was $690. It is the Oceanic Flotsam version. I really like the modern straight lines on this one, and it is a black and chrome accent look. I think it looks hot. We've got the white and gray here. It looks a lot better than that one.
Yeah, very nice looking chair for sure.
My pick for this $700 range is going to be the Knoll Regeneration. So the way to get this chair to work in that price range is to wait till Knoll has one of their 15% off sales. So they do this about quarterly. So right now you can get this chair for $698. So I love how this chair has just lots of combinations. You can change the seat fabric, the poly, the frame, so you can really make it fit your office. And it also just, the functions on the chair are kind of hidden, so it's just very stylish. Now, Greg kind of did the same thing where he got the percentage off to get that Very under $700. But I actually love the Very moving up to our next price range of under $1,000. So Very is just a super stylish chair. It's kind of more squared, kind of boxy style, but they really carried it through from the base, the arm pads, the back. Lots of different colors, different fabrics you can do, and that's why it is in that higher price range. The one I like has the digital knit fabric, which it's definitely a step up in looks and quality, I feel. But to me, I'd find that sale and I'd get this for that under $1,000.
I agree on the digital knit. I use the digital knit fern right now, and it looks really top end. For me, though, under $1,000, I'm going to go with the Herman Miller Gaming Sayl. Still under $1,000 if you spec everything out with the added cylinder. It's a really, really nice looking chair. Very similar to the Regeneration with that poly back. I think it's kind of an upgraded version of the Regeneration. So for me, that would be my go-to pick. Really, really nice looking chair.
Yeah, that's like the Bowery chair but nicer.
Yeah.
But you pay for it. So I'm going to go with a Think V2 at that $1,000 price point. So they typically run about $1,030, $1,050 in the configurations that I like. I like the platinum frame a lot. I think there's some multiple colors going on here. You do have to do the fabric on the seat and the back to achieve this price, and the contrast with even just like the black fabric looks really clean in my opinion, and it also has some accenting of chrome in the right spots. It's not too much, so I think this is a really nice looking chair at that price point. All right, so the last one, the no budget, which we have seen a lot of different things at this price point. I'm imagining it'll be the same here. Ryan, what do you have?
So I have, for the nicest aesthetically looking chair for me, is the Herman Miller COSM, dipped in color, specifically not black like we have. I wish that we would have had gone with any of the other colors so that we could really highlight what a chair looks like when it's completely red, because it is very, very unique. I think the design, the overall lines, the look of the COSM, the minimalistic feel without all of the knobs and levers is pretty amazing. And so for me, this is going to be the nicest looking chair I've ever seen. And so that's what I would go with for pure aesthetics.
I'm going to ramp this thing up, and I'm going with the Steelcase Leap on steroids, which is the Work Lounge. And so as it's configured, it is like almost $4,200. And so you're wondering, how do we even have that chair? I snagged it out of an office decommission in California, so we didn't have to pay anything for it. We've got the gray leather. I would probably go with the tan just because I think the chrome accenting with the tan leather is going to give you that real premium look. You got to get the casters though, otherwise it's not an office chair, and that's what this video is about.
So for me, I went with the HUMANSCALE Freedom with a headrest. Now, if I had to pick one brand that I just loved the look of basically all their chairs, it's going to be HUMANSCALE. And their kind of top-end chair is the Freedom. Now, I would go with the leather covering the whole chair, so that is also the arm pads. That puts this chair just around $4,000. But to me, it's just probably the most baller-looking chair to get that tan kind of camel color. And it just looks great from the front, the back. Again, they hide all the mechanism adjustments and stuff, so it's just you're not seeing all these knobs sticking out of it. But I love that COSM pick too. I think I would love to see that one in the dipped in color red.
I like the HUMANSCALE vibe though. I almost went with the Liberty, so
Yeah,
Freedom's a good pick.
I had no idea that was $4,000.
Yeah,
that's incredible. That's ridiculous. All right, what do you guys think are the best picks at these same price points? Let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.